Okay, how we doing there, folks, out in YouTube land? I'm going to make a quick video here. I don't know how quick it's going to be, but this is a Mahindra Max 28XL four-wheel drive tractor. Sometime about a week ago, I was digging some soil out of the woods with a front-end loader. I must have, it appears I put a little teeny dent in the oil pan. And I've spent several days online and numerous phone calls to the surrounding Mahindra dealers in this area and through Kentucky. And not only do they not answer the phones, they don't call you back, emails, and nobody wants to talk to you. And you can't get a manual for these, service manual. I've been all over YouTube looking how to remove the front drive shaft. I think I figured it out. I'm going to take you down below. I've already got one bolt loose, 12mm bolt, and it looks as though there's a tube surrounding the drive shaft for the four-wheel drive that slides back. So I'm going to reposition, go underneath, and I'll show you what I'm doing, and I hope I'm correct. I think it's a setup like a Kubota with a slip joint with a pin that holds the two shafts together. So we're going to find out together. So stay tuned, that's what I'm doing. Okay, here's a shot from underneath. Midpoint of the drive shaft, this tube on it has two 14mm bolts, which I've already loosened. So there's one here, and one on the other side. There's a little bracket right here. I'm sorry for the camera work, I'm doing the best I can. And this shaft goes all the way back into the rear end housing. Hopefully, this is open. It's not sealed, so I don't think this is full of fluid, and it's already loose. So okay, good, it's sliding. Cool, no fluid's coming out. All right, now in the front, on this side here, I can't see the camera because I can't turn under here. It's this. I'm too big. There's no room for me. Oh man. Okay. This is a 12mm. This is on the front of the drive shaft cover. Now I'm hoping there's a spline shaft connecting the drive shaft to the frame, to the front axle. Here we go. What do we got? Why is it not? All right, I got something's holding me. Anyway, no fluids coming out. All right, I got to get under here. I need two hands to find out why this won't slide back. All right, I'll be back. This is a very difficult film, but I'm trying to help somebody in a similar situation. Okay, here's what I found so far. You got to keep wiggling this tube. There appears to be an O-ring or something here. I can hear it squeaking, so I've been moving it back and forth and twisting it. And I've got it out enough. There's no room to put my hand in here to show you, but hopefully, I can't see the camera. I found a snap ring, and see what's a little bit yellow stuff on it. I believe you take that snap ring out and move it forward. This collar should slide forward, allowing the shaft to go back. And I believe that's how you take it out. So I got to put the camera down because it's impossible to work on this and film it. I just can't do it. I'm only one guy. So I'm going to take that snap ring out, move it forward, and hopefully I can get that sliding collar right here. This is the piece that's designed to fail, so you don't tear out your transmission or your front end. Hopefully that'll allow that shaft to come back off the front spline, and then I can remove the drive shaft, and then the oil pan's a piece of cake. The oil pan's just looking at you in the face, so that's easy. All right, I'll be back. Okay, here's just another little quick update. I got the snap ring out, and I took some blue paint marker, and I lined up where that is originally. I don't know if it only goes in one way, so it's a good idea to mark it. So when all those blue lines line up, that's where the coupler goes. Hopefully now I can slide that forward, and the drive shaft will come off the front without the coupler in the way, and the drive shaft will come down. I'm guessing that's how it's going to work because there's no room the way the front cover is made for it to move back more than like 2 inches, so hopefully this will let it drop out. Alright, I'll be back. I'm going to test my theory. Okay, there we have it. My theory worked. On this particular unit, you take out the snap ring here. This collar slides. The front one apparently does not have a snap ring on it. It just slides back, and that goes on the front end of the tractor, which is right there. And now I can get to the oil pan, because the oil pan is now nothing in my way from taking it off. So I got to drain the oil. I'll drop the oil pan and I'll be back, and I'll just turn the camera around, because this is a face of a happy guy. This thing's been wondering me and killing me for 4 days, so. Alright, that's enough of looking at my face. So anyway, hopefully this would be the only video on YouTube I've seen on how to take that drive shaft out of a Mahindra Max 28 or 24 or 26 or any of them. Nobody's got a video on this. Alright, more to come. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Got the oil pan off. Take you over to the bench and I'll show you what happened. When I was in the woods, apparently, there are no gaskets on these, which I already knew that. Something came here and hit the oil pan, probably tree branch or rock, who knows. I have no idea how that happened. But it deformed the pan just enough to break the seal on this RTV. And that's the leak. So now I got to clean this oil pan down, reseal it, reassemble it, and put it back together. I'm happy I caught that. This little guy's only got $600 on it. Alright, more to come. Time to clean up, call it a day. I'll be back when I get this back together. So far we got the oil pan off and discovered the problem. Okay, here it is Saturday afternoon, getting back on the job. Last night I cleaned out the oil pan. It had a pretty nice sized dent in here. This area here was distorted. I had to re-level that. And now it's been scraped and cleaned. I just cleaned it with some lacquer thinner. And now I'm going to put some red RTV, pour a bead all the way around. I've already been underneath the tractor again and cleaned the bottom of the engine where the base is going to go, so it has a nice clean surface for this to adhere to. So I'm going to do this and then get underneath and put the pan on. So I'm going to put the bead on and we'll put the camera down. Okay, I got the RTV on and it's cooking really quick here today. It's mid-80s outside and almost 82 in here, so it's setting up pretty quick. So I got to go underneath now, put some bolts in here, and get this going before it skims over. More to come. Okay, base is back on. All the bolts are in. I got to let it sit for an hour, and I'll come back and just hand tighten those bolts. Let that ATV harden up a little bit. And a little dirty and greasy, but no blood. Have not bled on this job yet, which is amazing. Okay, let that sit. I'm going to clean the four-wheel drive shaft out, give you another look at that, show you the clip, and this thing will be tightened up here shortly. More to come. Okay, here's a closer look at the actual drive shaft for the four-wheel drive. This goes into your front axle. This piece here rides in this tube. There is a clip here that when it's back where it needs to be, it goes in these little rings. And this slides. This little guy here, I noticed when I was putting this in the shaft, in the cover here, matter of fact, I'll show you. It just slides in. One thing I noticed, there's only so much room for you to pull and adjust on this cover. Hopefully I'm catching that. And when I was taking it apart, I noticed this had to go in quite deep. And as you can see here, hopefully, the tube's eating that little C-clip. I've been in a situation before where when this happens, if you don't put something to retrieve the clip, you're taking the whole thing all apart again. See how it's all the way up front? Got this little piece of plastic on that, you can just pull it back. So that's another little tip. Alright, so there's your drive shaft. The Mahindra 28XL, Mahindra Max. I'll take a little break here and I'm going to reinstall that. And the reason I'm doing this video is I've been all over everywhere. Nobody had any information on how to do this, and there's no videos on this particular tractor or any of the Mahindra Max series, the bigger ones there are. And again, dealership support was absolutely unbelievably terrible. They wouldn't talk to you, they don't return your calls, nobody cares unless you want to buy a new tractor. So, thanks for that, Mahindra dealers, that's great. Good job. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, there's the tractor back together. All oiled up, lubed up, fired it, ran it for a few minutes. Obviously, it's down off the bucket and off the stands. I got no leaks. And now that it's leveled, there's a little bit of oil coming out of the frame and the cross member. That's gonna take a little while for that to drain out. That thing was like spraying like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, finally, there it is, all back together. Very happy. 604 hours. So I hope this helps somebody. If you've got a Mahindra Max tractor, I showed you how to take out the drive shaft, and I fixed the oil pan, the oil leak, and reinstalled the drive shaft. And I really hope somebody in a similar situation, this helps you out. Alright, that's it. I'm gone.